G'day folks, welcome to a little Wednesday night afternoon update. Yeah, just chilling out in the shop and catching up on a few things. I eventually sorted part of the Splay Networks issue. Thanks for all the people who found info on them. I did find a few of the articles that were linked. But yeah, they're kind of an interesting bunch. A lot of the video that they claim to, own isn't actually theirs, and they have been filing bot-based, like automated copyright claims on video content that isn't theirs. It just shows an exploit in the YouTube video management system and the content ID system. It's been flawed for a while, and just recently I've noticed a lot of video game video producers have had trouble with them. I honestly wasn't expecting it to hit me because I produce my own content, and if I do use other content, like using a video to test a TV that isn't mine, the video that is, I sort of expect that maybe a movie company will pick up on it. I mean, I've used numerous DVDs for very short periods of time to test televisions, and so far I haven't had anyone do it, but I'd expect that they'd want to at least disable revenue sharing on it, even though for a short duration of time for the purpose of testing, technically it's exempt from copyright, but then copyright's clear as mud these days, so who knows. But to get hit for a video like that is kind of unusual, and again it goes back to the old music publishing rights organisation, or whatever it is, the fraudulent group that hit a couple of my videos a while ago. But the funny thing is, as soon as I disputed them, literally no sooner than I'd clicked the dispute button and then gone back and refreshed my email, YouTube had already processed it and sent me a notice saying that the claim was overturned. Like within seconds, less than a minute, 30 seconds or so, they'd processed it and sent me the email saying it was overturned. So that's a bit weird, because the Splay Networks one took a whole 8 hours or so to process, and now they're through. But I noticed they've also flagged another video as being theirs, which is the lead up to the Whirlpool washer destruction, where I did a breakdown of, there was an introduction video to modifying the machine and setting it all up, and then playing the video afterwards. So they actually tagged that one, and I've just gone in there and disputed it again, so no doubt in about 6 or 8 hours I might see a result from it again, because apparently Splay Networks has a habit of doing this, which is kind of annoying, because content producers need to be aware of this problem with YouTube's content ID system, because not always claims that are filed against your videos aren't always legit. They're not always legit at all, so it's very wise to keep an eye on who's claiming and what they're claiming. I mean, even if you've used royalty-free music, double check that it's actually the music owners' organisation or them themselves that's actually claiming it, because a lot of these fraudulent, well, I wouldn't say fraudulent, but overactive partner network claim systems, well, they're tagging things that aren't actually theirs, and it's kind of annoying. Plastics. Yeah, what was I saying? I'm easily distracted. What a mess. And that looks familiar. I think that's the same as what my RAV4s use. Yeah, it is. It's a Dunlop Grand Trek TG32 with a different temporary use sidewall marking. Okay. Yeah, what was I saying? Just be very careful of what you allow, and what definitely don't acknowledge them. Never acknowledge a copyright claim until you know for sure that you're in the wrong. I've acknowledged a couple because I know I was using copyright music, and the music holder or company has put ads on the video. That's fine. I knew that right from the start that was going to happen. And the thing is, I never monetized it to begin with, so I'm not doing anything wrong, and they can't counterclaim. But something that I've actually owned and then had somebody claim and then monetize themselves is, yeah, outright fraud and can be disputed in court. So yeah, it's one of those weird things you just got to keep a close eye on today, because YouTube has changed their their auto content ID system, and they've made it quite vicious. Really vicious even. Man, that's a long way down. I think that wing nut's supposed to be on top of the plastic casing. Yeah, getting that off's going to get old real quick. Yeah, anyway, I'm just playing around with Vicky at the moment and working out what needs to be cleaned up and everything. Yeah, original jack. Vice grip nibble marks. Probably a very frustrating tyre change for somebody. If I recall correctly, that's actually the jack handle there. No need to use vice grips. Yeah, she's doing alright. Still burbly and a bit missy at low idle. I think the base idle's too low. Definitely too low. It's more like 300-400 RPM at some points. Again, everything's been changed and messed with trying to fix that misfire, so God knows what else is out of calibration. Until I get a mate over to do a code scan, or take it to a friend to do a code scan, I won't know for sure. So I'm just cleaning out and messing around. That'll all come out too, and I can just vacuum all the dirt and crap out and clean the carpets. That's good. At least being plastic mouldings, I can just get the hose out and wash it all down. Yeah, not that she's all that dirty. She ain't too bad. But yeah, anyway. Just thought I'd let you know how it went. It is being resolved. There's no need to fly off the handle and attack any of the partners of Splay Networks. So be careful what you say there. Most of them wouldn't even know. And I'd be willing to bet none of them went out of their way to try and flag my videos, apart from maybe the network themselves, by putting a blanket claim on any content that they've used with permission, or regardless of whether or not they were permitted to use it. Even if I permit people to use my content, which I do quite regularly, hence because it's good business and it's good advertising, it's still no excuse for a automated copyright claim like that. Just because I'll let you use some of my video doesn't mean you can take the whole damn piece of the pie. It don't work that way. And that's where the content ID system needs to be carefully moderated by the people using it. Splay Networks, if they're not genuinely a fraudulent network, they need to look at what they're claiming and from who and when. Tone down their automated copyright claim system, essentially. They need to detune it and make it a lot less sensitive, and particularly pertaining to people's content that they've made themselves, regardless of what other content they have used. Unless it's actually genuine content that's been made and produced for Splay Networks that they've illegally used. Say if I did a stunt in GTA 3, or GTA 5 I think it is now, or 4, the producer of the game has the right to scrutinise what I'm using it for. A lot of the time they're pretty good with YouTube videos. Most game producers are, particularly Ubisoft. They're really good. But they don't, like Splay Networks, if they borrow my amazing stunt in GTA video, they don't have the right to actually claim it, regardless of whether or not I'm using content that's owned by another video game producer like EA or Ubisoft or any of those. So it's a real big muddy mess at the moment, and we've got to do our best to stay vigilant and put the foot down when something wrong is done, like this Splay Networks thing. So yeah, I have contacted a few people. I've actually had replies from partners on Splay Networks, and they say that they do sometimes run a ID bot, and it's not the first time they've had someone like me come out and say, hey, WTF is going on. And yeah, we're sort of working through it. But yeah, Splay Networks themselves, the actual network host, has something to answer for when it comes to this overly broad and insensitive target on content that they're using, often without permit. It's yeah, a mess, but you can work with it. YouTube is paying attention. Like I said before, it took a few hours for them to overturn the content ID claim, but they did it, which is the main thing. If they didn't do it, I'd be right up onto them as well. Not just Splay Networks, I'd be after YouTube for not monitoring or filtering or acknowledging false claims. Because basically they're going to kill their bread and butter, essentially. Small partners and big partners alike are YouTube's bread and butter. We pay the bills. So if they keep screwing people over, they're going to have no one to pay the bills. Really. I know some big mega tubers will say, oh, big deal, it's one video, but even then, if you piss them off enough, mega tubers can still make a hell of a racket as well. A bigger racket than what I can. Some of those mega tubers out there, you piss them off, they make a hell of a racket. And YouTube themselves, they don't need that kind of publicity. So they'll pay attention. Anyway, that's a bit of a rant for you. I'm going to go back to chatting on IRC. I'm still on the Geek, always on the Geek Group IRC when I get time. And I am, yeah, very busy. Work's been going well. I've got a good team now, people to train up, and we're kicking goals. So, yeah, thanks for watching.